Good morning and warm welcome to all the participants uh, to the second session of the day. We have three sessions scheduled for the day. The next session starts around 12:30. And today we have the honor and the pleasure of having Dr. K Binsi with us. Ma'am is Senior Scientist, Fish Processing, ICAR-Central Institute of Fisheries Technology, Cochin, Kerala. And the topic chosen by our esteemed guest for deliberation today is byproducts from fish processing discards. Ma'am, you're audible as well as visible, and your presentation is screen is visible also. So the recording has started. Please start, ma'am.
Thank you. A very good morning to all. The topic, as introduced, this is byproducts from fish processing discards, and myself, Dr. Binsi from ICAR-CIFT. So, regarding the topic of today, that is fishery waste, that comes under the broad title of fishery waste utilization. So, basically, fishery waste that's generated during processing operations that can be categorized into like different based on different processing operations as such, like whole gutted fish steaks. There may be different styles of processing, like surimi processing will be there will be a lot of shrimp based products. There will be cephalopods like cuttlefish that can be as whole it may go, or maybe as fish rings it may go, or as fillet it may go. Then squid, if it is squid, it may go as tubes, squid tubes and all. So depending on the processing operations, you can expect a varying degree of waste generation. That is, in the case of whole and gutted fish, you can maybe very less, like minimum cleaning process we follow. So 90% maybe the yield, and 10% maybe the discard. At the same time, if you go for surimi is basically we are taking only the meat part, and that comes to around 70% as waste. So initially I'm using the term waste because that is a normal term that is being given to all processing, whatever is generated, rest material that is being generated, we categorize them as waste. So in surimi processing, this is 70% is being unutilized and it is thrown away. So that is a huge figure. Like 70% means from 1 kg, like 700 gram is being wasted. Only 300 gram is being taken. So that's a huge figure. Now coming to different parts like that. So see, this is the one, like waste in terms of head. If you can consider head separately, that contains a lot of protein, pufa, minerals, plasmalogens, gags, everything that may comes to around 10 to 15 to 25% of the whole fish. Now if you're going to the frame meat, that is that the bone part plus the meat adhering to that may be as 10% of the frame is meat. That means protein. That meat, you consider meat as protein. Then skin, around 3 to 5%, the whole fish may be like skin. That is, again, you don't call it as skin, you call it as protein, different types of protein. Then scales may be there. So scale, that also comes to around 6 to 7%. That also contains proteins and mineral source. Then bones, again, 8 to 10% of the whole fish, all processing discard, you consider that is 8 to 10% may be bone. So protein, minerals, and chondroitin. So then coming to the viscera. Viscera is one of the major things. So if you consider viscera, again, it is around 5 to 12%. That means, again, you call it as protein, fat, or enzyme, because so many visceral enzymes is there, proteases are there. So that has got tremendous industrial scope. So like that, if you list out each and every part of fish, so that all you can call it as protein or mineral or fat or enzyme, anything like that. So that is the importance of this one. So basically, these waste, or what you call as a waste, is not waste. We should call it as rest raw material. So it's a certified rest raw material according to WHO. So they call it as certified rest raw material. So it's not being called as waste. So that's the old term. So all those processed discards are called as rest raw material because that forms the raw material for several other industrial products. So in the case of fish, you can see so many industrial products like, as I just mentioned, can be protein, it can be minerals like calcium, phosphorus, etc. It can be oil, fish oil, or it can be like chitin, chitosan. That all you may be knowing. So it is a rich source of any one of this. So what maximum what you can take out or remove, that is also water. Water is so much precious now, we know. So there is like 100% utilization of waste. So that is possible. What I'm trying to say is 100% waste utilization of waste or raw material is possible from fish processing discard. So initially we started with, like we all know, that is a heart food or brain food, that is omega-3. So we all are familiar with this heart food because maybe like it's like, you know, it's a rich source of several like alpha-linoleic acid, that's important one, eicosapentaenoic acid, docosahexaenoic acid. So seafood are rich sources of all those things, all those amino acids, like the omega, we call it as omega-3 fatty acids. So that is important for all this, like brain development, reduces risk of depression, ADHD, then Alzheimer's disease. So many claims are there now reported in literature later on or in recent times as. So that is one of the things, like 250 milligrams. This is a suggested 250 milligram EPA plus DHA can protect from heart disease. That is sufficient from 100 that you can get from 100 grams of fish ideally. So that has been recognized, or it has been taken very well, and now the industry is into this one. That is, they don't, you know, sell it as fish oil. They can like heart food, brain food, no, pregnancy food, lactating food, like that. So heart health, see, for pregnancy and breastfeeding. So they call it, they have the marketing strategy as such, they have changed. Like they are coming up with such catchy captions like heart food, brain food, pregnancy food, lactating food, like that. So that is the importance of the, see, it has entered into several products, like you can go to the cornflakes breakfast, you can go to ice cream, you can go to egg. How it comes to egg, they feed chicken with omega-3. So that comes to the egg. So omega-3 egg. It can be chocolate, omega-3 fiber, and omega-3 chocolate. So it can be yogurt, it can be bread, it can be biscuit, anything. So the market has taken this fish oil long back. Actually, I can say that long back it was taken for granted as fish oil capsule. Now it has come to the consumer products in terms of our routine products, routine snacks or other food. So all these snacks and other breakfast items, now that has totally shifted to health foods or nutraceutical foods, like that. So that is the importance of fish oil that you can call, and that comes from fish processing discard or fish processing raw material. Okay, rest raw material. So now coming to the next important category of bioactive compounds, that is the bioactive hydrolysis. That's a major category after fish oil, you can call. So there are several sources that you think of fish bioactive hydrolysis. Can be tuna red meat is one of the major sources, because tuna discard, you can expect red meat as the discard from tuna base. So we have worked tremendously on these fish protein. ICAR-CFT has worked a lot on bioactive hydrolysis and found it as a very good functional food formulation. It's a very good functional food ingredient. It can go to the infant nutrition, it can go to clinical nutrition. It is very well accepted for sports nutrition as well. So the basic process is something like acid or alkali or enzymatic or fermentation or even autolytic hydrolysis, and the product is finally what you are getting is called peptides, or it can be amino acid that can be easily digested. Like if the protein parent protein is digestible to the extent of 70%, 100% absorption can be expected from these peptides or amino acids. So that's the beauty of that. It is soluble in anything. The meat as such is not soluble in water or milk or any other thing, but the peptides will be soluble in almost all the means even in water. So that is the beauty of that one. It has got antioxidant, anti-inflammation, anti-cancer, appetite suppressor, so many, like n number of properties that has been very well recognized, and the product is in the market. That is what, since the properties are very well recognized, clinically proven, the product is in the market. So see, this is one of the things that ICAR-CFT has taken initiative like this. And there are some problem with this. See, these are some of the protein hydrolysis. That's a major one that is there in there are several. I'm not projecting one or two as a candidate one, but there are several products under this categories. Probably like we may be taking as for kid nutrition, like peptones or something. It may be called in like even Pediasure, that all you may be knowing. So they all use this hydrolysis in several protein foods, protein supplements, what we take right now, that is there in our market, in our medical shop also, that contains fish protein hydrolysis as the bioactive component. You can just see the label, it will be shown. Like some, maybe like soya, we cannot say, maybe vegetable, maybe animal protein. So whatever maybe the source, that is the fish protein hydrolysis. That is a key ingredient in sports nutrition, infant nutrition, and basically the cosmetic category it comes, cosmeceutical, that category it comes. So this is one of the major product. Now coming to the protein hydrolysis again, there are, like, you can categorize, or you can based on the value of the product that you can get in the market. There are higher category products and the lower category products. So there are certain proteins that comes to the top of the pyramid. That is one of the thing is the collagen. Collagen is a protein that is a connective tissue protein. The structure is like this. You can see the complexity of the structure. This is like three-stranded structure, three twines intertwined together. So you can imagine the complexity of the structure and how difficult it will be to get absorbed by the body. And collagen is a major protein of our body. So what we think is the muscle protein, because what we can see is the muscle protein, but the largest organ in our body is skin. So skin is composed of collagen, and the longest system in our body is skeletal system. So skeleton is composed of collagen. So everything from the top to bottom, from head to nail, this is the collagen that has been present. So collagen is the most demanding protein by our body, and it is not the muscle. You eat chicken, you get muscular protein, myofibrillar protein, you say. So collagen is if you want to get collagen, you have to specifically opt for collagen rich sources. Skin is one of the best sources. Wherever you can find collagen in our body, you can expect the same collagen in fish as well. So skin, our skin is composed of collagen, fish skin is composed of collagen. Our skeleton is composed of collagen and minerals. Fish skin, fish bone is composed of collagen and minerals. So eye, cornea, this everything is composed of collagen. So you can expect scale, bone, and skin of fish skin, as well as the visceral, that is the digestive tract, that can be considered as, in some of the fish there will be air bladder too. So all these things are the richest source of collagen. So unless you specifically go for collagen sources, it's very difficult for our body to synthesize collagen, because the amino acid sequence of collagen is very different from other muscular protein. So this is why I'm telling that this is, see, it is very complicated structure. The collagen it's very difficult for body to synthesize collagen if any of the amino acid is missing, any of the specific amino acid is missing. So the best way is to take collagen acids, but seeing the complexity of this collagen, even if you take 100 grams, maximum 50 or 60 grams of collagen will be absorbed by, that is, will be available for your body, because the rest of the collagen will be excreted as undigested, because body takes time to digest as well. So the best option is that you cut collagen into small pieces and give it to body. So the body's task is reduced. That is called collagen hydrolysis or gelatin hydrolysis. You can see that is the bigger mass, 300 kd, that one is reduced to less than 3 kd size. That is a molecular weight term. So you are giving it smaller parts so that whatever collagen you are giving, that can be absorbed by the body. This is very well taken in the market in the forms of powder. It can be in collagen peptide powder, it can be collagen peptide sachet packet. It comes so that as a beverage composition, or it is in the juice something, or it can be in what is that, yogurt. It can be part of many things. You just type collagen in Google, everything comes. Even I had given, like, I thought collagen may not be there in alcohol. So that, because anything I type, it comes. Collagen incorporated, gummy, candy, everything comes. Finally, I just give alcohol. I thought at least in that one, collagen won't, because health foods, it will come. So it may not come. But that also came, like, in the term of collagen. So that is the thing of, collagen it's something like everywhere now, collagen. Even in cosmetics, now you see collagen, everywhere, collagen peptide. It's a collagen peptide. See, in eyeliner too, that is collagen. So anywhere you go, you can find collagen. So you cannot say that collagen is a major component of that cream or that eyeliner. Collagen may be in milligram or even microgram. But if collagen, that term is there, it catches the market. The price goes to such a high level. That is how we just see in the Google itself. We just give, if it is collagen containing, the price will be double. So that is the trend everywhere. It comes, even in what is a body spray, there also collagen comes everywhere. So this is that has opened up to a new era of beauty or cosmetic product, that is Nutra Cosmetic, that is beauty from within. So you take more collagen, your skin will be beautiful, because your skin will be healthy. The collagen increases the moisture absorption properties, or the moisturizing properties of your skin. It becomes very glowy. It becomes very tender, elastic, everything. So for that, your body requires collagen. So unless the collagen is there, your skin cannot be regenerated. So skin regenerates every day, right? So it sheds and new skin comes out in that way. So skin regeneration is possible only if your body has sufficient reserve of collagen. So that has opened up to Nutra Cosmetic, a big industry. You can say this is the nectar, they say. See, the term they have changed, that beauty nectar. See the thing. So that is collagen rich one. So that means it's a very concentrated collagen rich one, that you take that one, your skin will be glowing, your eyes, everywhere, everything, your hair, your body as such will be, the beauty will enhance. That is a concept. So see, this is how it is being claimed. Like, this is the left side, what you can see is the younger skin, very tight, very elastic, everything from that crosslinks that you can see, that is also very perfect. It is holding every other component, that is the extracellular components. So it's holding elastin and other extracellular fat cells, muscle cells, everything it's holding properly. Now it was the right aging. The top one, you see, it has been sagged. How it has sagged? Because the younger skin, where collagen and elastin form the pillars, that is the cross pillars it has formed, that has held that top skin very firm. So that was the thing, it acted like a pillar. So once the pillar is broken down, what happened? The top one, it got saggy. So that is technically called as wrinkle. So once that pillars, what is there below the skin, below this epidermal, that is the first thing that appears below the skin, that collagen or elastin pillars will be broken down, that will be disintegrated. So what happens is, nobody is there to hold our skin very tight, so it just sags. That is called wrinkle. So that is the symptom of aging. So this is the thing what I said, I didn't expect collagen in that one, so that also I got collagen just to show this one. I'm not branding the product, but I just wanted to project the importance of collagen and collagen peptide that is that has come out in recent years. I should say recent years, so many industries, even Indian industries, have come up, have approached CIFT for collagen production assistance. So we are giving them consultancy on both collagen and collagen peptide also. These are some of the things. Even CFD just tried to see whether it can be easily incorporated in biscuits or other health mix. So we got a very promising, good result. See, this is the biscuit. It's a even that is taken by the industry. So these are the sources that you can expect maximum like 50 to 20% of the wet weight of skin that will be collagen. Then scale and bone, you can see around 40 to 50%, also 30 to 40%, 40 to 50, depending on the type of scale and type of bone, and that depending on the species, there will be slight variation. But again, you can expect this much of collagen from this one. You just see it's such a rich source of collagen. All those things, what you call as waste, is such a rich source of collagen. Now, another important thing that has been closely associated with collagen is hydroxyapatite. Just forget about skin now. Just concentrate on scale and bone. So this is how towards the left is a very close view, microscopic view of fish scale, where you can see that the surface is very, very smooth. But towards the right, you see that's a cross-sectional view there. That smoothness was given by collagen fiber. That is a matte collagen mat, but inside you see there is striations. That is hydroxyapatite crystals it is. So what happens, what is this hydroxyapatite is? Basically it is calcium phosphate. The same hydroxyapatite forms and collagen together forms the bone composition of human as well. So whether it is calf, whether it is chicken, or whether it is a bird, any other bird, or swine or fish, whatever be, the bone is composed of collagen and hydroxyapatite. The scale is composed of collagen and hydroxyapatite. That is a major composition. Almost 90% is composed of these two together, and remaining 10 to 50, maybe like 15% maximum, you can expect water and other things together. So you just imagine how much you can get from these two. You start with 100 kg. So 90 kg is being that you are getting as a yield, and this 90% is really you can call it as a very huge or a very high yield. You cannot expect like 90% yield from any raw material. So this is a very attractive, lucrative option for collagen as well as hydroxyapatite. Now coming to the importance of collagen and hydroxyapatite, again I'm just describing a few more things in this angle, because this is a major breakthrough in arthritis and osteoporosis treatment. So we ourselves, and as well as dental caries. So we also, CFT has entered into MOU with a medical college, and just to see the efficacy of the collagen, peptide, and hydroxyapatite that CFT has synthesized. CFT has the technology, so that we are confirming the efficacy of these two in medical field in association with medical college. So this is the thing you can see. This is a normal bone towards the left, and towards the right there is osteoporotic bone. So there is a gap. You can see some holes, that some gaps can be visibly seen. So towards the leftmost extreme that is hydroxyapatite disc. So what you can see, what you can do is this disc can be placed in this hole so that the bone won't be crushed. You see, if that hole exists, you exert some pressure on top, it will break at that point. It will be just crushed at that point. So it's something like the jackia that you are putting, just you are holding it tight. So these places will be filled up with hydroxyapatite, and through this one, so just don't get misunderstood by we are putting fish hydroxyapatite and our body will be carrying it through will be sustaining on this hydroxyapatite. No, it is not the one. You are just giving as a temporary one. So what happens during time, what happens is this hydroxyapatite will be absorbed by the body, but through this hydroxyapatite, our body will synthesize our own hydroxyapatite. That is, a human hydroxyapatite will be synthesized in place of fish hydroxyapatite that is being placed. It just acts as a guiding channel. So through this one, the original hydroxyapatite will be grown, and this fish hydroxyapatite will be absorbed by the body. So this is how some work we have carried out. So this is one of the graph. This this is the graph that ICAR-CFT has developed for such treatment, for osteoporotic treatment. Another important one is the enamel. Enamel, you'll see, in the case of bone, almost 70% is composed of hydroxyapatite, and almost 90% together, hydroxyapatite and collagen together. Here, enamel also you can see, enamel 90% by hydroxyapatite, and dentin 70, more than 70% by hydroxyapatite. The same hydroxyapatite exists in fish as well as in human. So you can expect, like, see, enamel, if there is any defect in enamel, yeah, you can very well treat with fish hydroxyapatite. You cannot get the enamel of human to treat or to fill the gap. So what at present what we are doing is a synthetic material we are using. But if we are using the same fish made or a fish hydroxyapatite, it's more natural, the body will easily accept it. So in that place, whichever we are giving the hydroxyapatite, in that place, new hydroxyapatite, our own hydroxyapatite will grow. So that is the thing. So in the case of this synthetic material that we are using, it won't. The new hydroxyapatite regeneration won't happen, because it's just blocking the material, blocking the enamel. But at the same time, if you are giving the same hydroxyapatite material, what happens is the new hydroxyapatite will be synthesized by our body, and our tooth will become, the enamel will become as normal as before. Okay, so the same thing happens for dentin as well. So there also 70%, more than 70% is hydroxyapatite. Here also the same principle works. So what we can do is we can make even dental cap. If your enamel is too much damaged, you can make a cap of hydroxyapatite, and that can be placed. So this is one of the application, and some bone regeneration in this direction, what all I have explained, in this direction we have conducted. What you can see towards right is a very clear mass formation. That is, in the case of hydroxyapatite, we removed one tooth. From that, you can see in the middle there is one pit like hole. So in that place, what usually we do is we fill with some material so that the food particles won't go inside. So when you extract teeth, if there is some tooth carry or something, so what you will be doing, we will be removing that tooth, but that socket remains empty, and whenever you take food, the food particles goes inside and the gum infection starts. To prevent that, we usually put some material, we fill this socket with some material, and that will block the further infectious process. But instead of that, what we suggest is, or what is proved to be the best practice, is filling with hydroxyapatite itself, so that new hydroxyapatite will be formed and it becomes the normal tooth. It will be just grown as a normal material. This is the one, what you can see, that is a normal filling up. Okay, so here one of the example for bone regeneration, the same thing what we have done. Towards the left, what you can see is the gap. This is the white portion towards the left. On the top, between that two yellow bone portion, that is the defect which was made. Towards the right, you can see with hydroxyapatite, that defect is being filled up. So it's very, see, this is the gap what we have inserted, and it has filled up. So this was found to be very effective in bone regeneration as well. So components rich in hydroxyapatite, that I already mentioned, that is scale and bone, as very rich source. This is ICAR-CFT, and we have the technology. This product has been released and commercialized. Another one is calcium. So I'm just not going to the conventional products, like we have several other products that we were we were doing for years and years. But I'm just trying to highlight some of the new project that has captured the market, because in 1 hour time I thought I should introduce those things, and more entrepreneurs should come forward to take up these technologies. So this is a natural calcium from tuna bone. Again, either you can go for hydroxyapatite production, or you can take it as a calcium tablet, because what you are getting from the market is calcium carbonate as a calcium tablet. You get calcium tablet from the market, of course, but that is actually calcium carbonate. But what our body requires is calcium phosphate. So unless you give sufficient quantity of phosphorus, calcium cannot form calcium phosphate. Okay, so what happens? So that will be excreted through that the body, either it will be accumulating somewhere in kidney, pancreas, or somewhere, and so your bone won't grow, but your stone will grow. So it may end up with something like that. So the best way is to take the natural calcium. Here it is calcium and phosphorus is in the right proportion that our body also requires. So take calcium phosphate as the calcium supplement, not calcium carbonate. Then another important one that the market should know, or the entrepreneurs should be aware of, is that melanin from cuttlefish or squid or any cephalopods like octopus. Everywhere you can find this melanin is the same melanin that our skin also has, our hair has the same melanin, the black color, our iris. So wherever that black color is there, that is due to melanin. So melanin has got distinct role in our body. That is why it is being present everywhere. Major one is a photo protection. So protect our body from solar radiations, deleterious radiative radiations, and that way it protects our body from even cancer, skin cancer as well. So this is one of the experiments. This is the melanin that we isolated from cuttlefish ink. That is a component of cuttlefish ink, and this is one of the things we tried to prove that it acts as a photoprotective agent. This is this hair. This is the structure of hair. Under microscope, it looks like this. Towards left, what you can see is a UV treated, solar treated hair. You can see a visible crack along the shaft. Towards the right, it is very normal, no cracks. That is the original. It looks like the very original hair. So what happens is, when you treat under UV, the hair breaks. But when we coated with melanin and then we treated under hair, it remains perfectly look like the normal hair. So it shows that melanin protects. Melanin that has been isolated from cuttlefish cephalopod, that also has the similar properties. It was not in squid. It was not for photoprotection. It was for defense as a defense mechanism. But the same melanin shows photoprotective role as well when we isolated it and applied it on hair. So this is one of the major thing. Probably the whole industry may be looking for UV protective agents, natural agents for UV protection, solar protection. So all the cosmetic industry will be immediately capturing this melanin as a photoprotective agent for both skin as well as for hair. This is one of the most highlight product, I should say. Now another one is a marine astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is a very red pigment that you can find from any red colored fish. It's especially salmon it contains, shrimp it contains in huge quantities. So red color of shrimp is due to astaxanthin. So we have isolated astaxanthin from shrimp, and we have capsulated like this, and it is a very good agent as an antioxidant agent, as very good stress relieving, anti-inflammatory properties are, anti-cancer properties are, so many lifestyle diseases it can prevent. That is how the newer researchers, the latest researchers are shown. So we have done, some of the properties were analyzed and we found promising effect. Especially this antioxidant properties are really excellent, I should say, because it was very much competitive with the synthetic one. So because it's very always we say the natural products are not competitive enough to the synthetic counterparts. But astaxanthin is the one that we could find, even melanin. These two things we could say that it is having a very competitive role as an antioxidant compared to the always compared to the like vitamin C and even DHA, BHT that we have compared. It is having very good antioxidant properties. So another see, this also has entered in different way. Astaxanthin syrup as for antioxidant, or as a wellness material, wellness supplement, you should say. So many new terms they have introduced. See, rejuvenating mask. So many things. Even it has come to astaxanthin collagen. See, I have already introduced collagen. Now astaxanthin collagen. So this is very well taken up by the market again. Now squalene, as I'm just introducing some of the things that we already know. I'm not going into the detail of this one. So squalene is also another important one. That is long back we have given this technology, and this is also very pharmaceutical and the nutraceutical importance is there. Cosmeceutical importance is really that you just apply on your skin, you can see that glowing appearance. So it's cosmetically also, it is very less quantity, will serve most of the things like brightening effect, that moisturizing effect, etc. Nutraceutically also, it is cardioprotective. I mean, pharmaceutically, it is a cardioprotective agent that is very well established. It is nutraceutically also like anti-cancer properties. It is showing anti-inflammatory properties. So many bioactive properties are claimed behind this one. So another important one is the chitin and its derivatives, chitin, chitosan, and glucosamine. These three are in parallel, coming in parallel. And these are already long back. CFT has given the technology, and it has been taken up. Probably huge number of parties are there, but most of them are not ending up to chitosan. They are just stopping somewhere between chitin. So chitin, and it goes to glucosamine plant. So it comes, normally it comes from shellfish, crab, shrimp, lobster, etc. And you can get up to 70% on dry weight basis, I'm saying. So 20% maximum on weight basis. Probably India alone generates huge tons of chitinous paste. So this is this chitin and chitosan production from shell base. So demineralization, you remove all the shrimp shell you take, treat with hydrochloric acid, you remove all the minerals from that, that is the calcium is the basic minerals, you get chitin. So most of the people stop at this stage. They just treat with dilute HCl. Then protein, okay, of course, then one more stage is the deproteinization. So remove the protein component as well as the mineral component. You get very clean shell without any protein, without any smell, without any, it will be very flexible. The initial raw material will be very hard, but the one which you are getting as a chitin will be very flexible because all the minerals are removed, no smell because all the proteins and all the things will be removed. So it will be just like a paper. So that is called the chitin, but it won't be soluble in any of the solvents. So that is the major drawback of chitin, because for any application you need to solubilize the thing. So we go for another thing, that is a deacetylation. You remove all the acetyl groups from chitin, you get something called chitosan. That is by concentrated treating with chitin with concentrated NaOH. So you get chitosan in hand. So chitosan is soluble in acetic acid. That's a good grade that you can use for several of the applications. But the people won't end up with chitosan, so probably they stop at chitin and then they go to glucosamine. So applications are huge. You just imagine like in all the industry. So all the industry, chitin and chitosan, starting from food to cosmetic, photography, textile, chromatography, or anything, agriculture, anywhere. Chiton is one of the product that has been associated with CIFT, that has been released by Multifit, and this is claimed as an anti-fat formula, that because chitosan has got huge capacity to absorb fat. So what happens is, before food you take, half an hour before food you take, so inside stomach there is acid, so it just swells. While it's swelling, what happens is, when you take food, the fat portion will be absorbed by this swelled chitosan. So fat won't be absorbed by the body, but it will be absorbed by the chitosan, or it will be retained by the chitosan, and that will be removed from the body as excreta. So this is how it works. Apart from that, there are several products as a nutraceutical and cosmetic, pharmaceutical, even the agricultural products. So it has got tremendous applications anyway, like ripening, blocking, or it's slowing down the ripening process, or it can enhance the ripening, it can increase the pest resistance, disease resistance, it can improve the fruiting, cropping, crop pattern, it can modify the crop pattern, it can even flowering can be induced. So many properties are being claimed, and chitosan that is internationally claimed. Okay, then again in cosmetics, it's one of the things because it's very good moisture retention properties, moisturizing properties, its antibacterial properties is another important thing. And it forms, it can be easily absorbed by the body as extra, it can form the component of, or it can give the raw material for extracellular matrix formation. So in just it can get into cosmetic industry. There can be even paste, soap, personal care. I think even the sanitizers, everywhere now chitosan has entered. Another important one is the glucosamine hydrochloride, and chitin forms the raw material for this. As I said, once it forms chitin, then chitin will be hydrolyzed to small individual units, that is called glucosamine. That glucosamine forms the component of our synovial fluid, then our where is this bond fluid you call, then bond fluid. So the glucosamine hydrochloride is very often, quite often advised by the doctor, prescribed by the doctors as a supplement if you go with any knee issues. Even my mother takes glucosamine hydrochloride and collagen peptide together. It is given as a tablet, and we thought it was a tablet, but it is actually a supplement. So that there comes a very common product now in almost every medical shop. That will be the doctors are quite often they are prescribing glucosamine hydrochloride and collagen peptide as a remedy for knee or joint issues. So chitin using concentrated hydrochloric acid, that you get what is that, glucosamine hydrochloride. So everywhere again, I'm just showing all these things because this all have entered the market already, even though we are not. There are several international players in all these products. It's nothing like it's all in R&D stage. No, it was, all these things were in R&D stage, some 3 to 4 decades back, but now it is there in the market shelves. That is, you can find all those things in our local market as well, local supermarkets as well. So this is a very old option like fish meal. So whatever we are getting, just we want to dry it up, we want to store it somewhere. That part, when we thought fish meal was the best option. Now this fish meal goes to feed industry, that is a major industry where it goes. Then fertilizer industry, it goes manure, fertilizer, those lines it goes. But in the feed industry, what happens is almost 60% of the composition is by fish meal. Now realizing this potential, the cost of fish meal is also rising up. So what happens when the fish meal cost rises up, the feed cost also parallelly it will go up. And for farmer, the feed cost comes to 60 to 70% of the total cost, and as such it is a burden for them. So now what CFT is sought is an alternative line. Why to go for fish meal? Fish meal contains all those things. It contains crude protein in the sense like 60 to 70%. Sometimes you get. So what we think of is, instead of going for fish meal, you can straight away can go for fish feed, as well as fish silage is another option. That is, you can because fish meal is a huge investment industry. You require big machineries for that. So maybe may not be possible for all. Maybe like cottage industry also, that some options should be available. So fish silage is one of the options. You ferment it with some enzymes, or you you digest with some acid. Here what we use is formic acid, that 85% formic acid, around 3.5% you add. Keep it forever with intermittent stirring. You get a very liquid slurry that you call as amino acid, fish amino acids, and maybe silage and all, and that can be stored at room temperature without any smell and or other any problems of the waste associated issues. So that can be, that is proved as a very good plant booster. It contains all the essential element that is required for the plant growth. So that is the one that can be even incorporated in feed as well, because in feed also it gives all the necessary nutrients that is required for the feed. Okay, now sorry, this is a feed. As I said, this is a feed from wet market base. So initially we all were going behind fish meal. Now CFT has worked on this. I have not put many aspects on this because since the time is less, I thought I should, because that itself requires another 1 hour time. So I've just put some of the machineries. That is, we have a complete feed line for this one. So we are not converting wet market base to fish meal. We are straight away, we are converting the wet market waste to fish feed. So 500 kg per day. That is a capacity of the line that of feed. What I'm trying to say is the feed 500 kg per day is the capacity of the line that has been installed at CFT pilot plant. Here what happens, we are just putting all the wet waste into this machine. So there are some processes in between, and finally you are getting the dried feed, pellet feed, or even if we have extruded, so floating feed also you can make in this way. So if you install such a line machinery near a big market, so whatever waste is generated, then and there you can convert it to feed. No need of dumping the waste in public water bodies or giving off to somebody else. So if you are generating huge waste in your premise, immediately then and there you convert. So by the end of your market hours, you will be having, so if you have 500 kg of waste you have generated during your market hours, by the end of the market hours you will be getting 500 kg of dry feed. This is how the economics works. So that feed, that is capturing the market very easily now. And there are several other options as well. That is, this is the highest option, what I'm trying to say. There are several options for waste utilization, but you have to see, like a pyramid. So marine drugs come to the top of the pyramid. So when the pyramid comes, it will be towards the top, the volume will be less. The space you are getting is less. So the quantity is very less, but the price is really high. So right now, the marine drugs are several, and the requirement projected by 2025 is really huge, because people have realized this importance of this one. We started with acyclovir. That is the first antiviral drug. That is actually a nucleoside analog that was obtained from marine spores. See, that was the only antiviral drug, and that was natural. Okay, so you recognize the importance of this one. So several antibacterial, antifungal. There are several medicines in the market. Anti-malarial, you see, anti-tuberculosis. That is also, so basically marine sponges. They are the reservoirs of several drugs that is required for most of the important or very critical diseases like antiviral. Sometimes what happens is antiviral becomes, especially in the cases of pandemics and all, these are the major requirement. So in such cases, marine sponges, they serve as a major reservoir of all this. Any drug you see, antibacterial, antifungal, anything, antiparasitic, anything you see, you have one or two the candidate drugs in the market. So Pfizer, Abbott, they are all GlaxoSmith, they are all Perrigo, Pharma. These are the major stakeholders, key players in the market. But unfortunately, Indian companies have entered into this. But of course, probably, once the importance is well known and well awareness is created, probably Indian market also will be captured. This is a gist of the things, I think, regarding the ABI. on all the technologies what I have explained here, we have well-defined system for giving support to the entrepreneurs with office space, with pilot scale, pilot production facilities, with laboratory facility, library facilities extending to them. Then they have incubation facilities as well. So this is all. Thank you. I hope the things are clear so far what is explained. And yeah, if there is any doubt, yeah, please. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. We have a few minutes left before the next session, just about 3 minutes. If we have any query, you may ask. Let me turn on the microphone. And the next session will be start from 12:30. So the link will be shared in the WhatsApp group as well as on your email. If you have a few questions, please ask.
Chat box.
Please ask. Dr. Ashwini Kumar, you may ask.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Ma'am, kindly suggest some collagen or other important ingredient for a vegetarian person, if any,
Current collagen.
or any other. You are telling us about the bone and osteoporosis and other things. So, what a vegetarian person can take so that he can gain a good health?
Yeah, a very good question. His question is what a vegetarian person can take as an alternative to collagen. There itself is the answer. Collagen is only, you can expect only from animal source. Collagen is a unique, correct.
Yes,
that I forgot to mention actually. So this question serves to answer this one. Yeah, thank you. See, collagen is only, you can expect collagen only from animals. So that is an animal protein. But the thing is that, so wherever animal source is there, non-vegetarians can easily opt that option because it contains all the amino acid that is present, that is required for collagen synthesis in the right proportion at the right time. Now, coming to the vegetarians. Vegetarians, see, collagen is the uniqueness of collagen is that it contains some unique amino acid that is not being present in all the foods. Okay, so for example, proline, hydroxyproline. It contains glycine as a major amino acid, but it requires proline and hydroxyproline in the right proportion. So all the proteins that you take may not contain proline and hydroxyproline. So you should take more food, select foods that contains more proline and hydroxyproline. So some of the things like soya, it contains. Some of the proteins which are very good, even egg proteins that contains. So even, I don't know, some vegetarians will take egg protein. Some vegetarians will take, see, even milk, whether to categorize as vegetarian or non-vegetarian.
Okay.
So that contains proline, hydroxyproline. So some proteins like this, you have to opt. So in that, the only thing is that the basic principle is that you have to make sure that you take enough quantities of proline and hydroxyproline. For non-vegetarians, it's a very easy task to go for fish or other meat. Even chicken doesn't contain much collagen, that you should not forget, because chicken meat is very soft. We think that all the meat contains, it contains very less. Even fish meat contains very less. You should not throw skin. You should take skin along with. Then only you get. Otherwise,